nice, back ready for your holiday.
When we first moved to Watford, it was lovely to start with, moving into the house. But once the novelty had worn off, it became very lonely. And with a new baby, that was all exciting too. But once we got into a routine, looking after baby and everything, life became very lonely. And all I was doing was looking after the baby all day and not talking to a soul until my husband came home in the evening. And I felt very isolated. I was literally just going out to the shops just to have a look around the shops and see some faces, rather than just stay at home doing nothing.
I'll tell you what to pass me and you pass it, see if you can get it right. All right?
Diane, can you tell me how Network started?
Well, Network started from a discussion at an Enjoying Parenthood course held at the local college for young mums. While we were talking during a family relationship discussion, it came out that many of us had felt very lonely and isolated when we'd first left work to have our babies. It was great fun to begin with until you got into a routine, and then there was nothing. They weren't really the babies weren't really like the adverts made you believe. They weren't always clean and sweet smelling, and they didn't always sleep all the time. And if you didn't know this, and many of us, it was the first time we'd really had much to do with young children, it was very, very upsetting. And you didn't always like to make a fool of yourself by phoning up the health visitor and saying, please, it's crying again. And it would have been so much better, we all decided, to have had just another mum along the road to have come and said, they all do that. It's nothing unique to your own. Mm. We had a meeting to begin with of all the mums who really felt strongly that something should be done to stop others feeling as we had. And we decided the best way to do it would be to have a contact in each road to make herself known to the others in the similar position. We had contact meetings so that all the contacts could get together, bringing the mums with them. We have a meeting now every 2 months with an interesting topic. The network then started to spread to other areas. It became well known through leaflets in the libraries, and the hospital even became interested and started to put a leaflet in with all the information they gave to the new mothers, so that even before we went to knock at their door, they had heard of Network.
And we also give you a little baby sign in your window so that people know where you live. And then when you see a new mum in your road, you go to see them and make yourself known and friendly and tell them what information you have, so that if they need the information, not necessarily that they do, but if they do feel lonely like you did, then you've got that information to give them, and you're offering your friendship.
We also arrange social events, both in the daytime and in the evening. And today we're going to have a picnic in Casbury Park.
Now that it really is unbelievable. They asked me if I'd be their special projects officer, and so I get involved with all the special projects, and I organise the picnics and arrange for the inflatables to be collected and things like that.
Before I joined Network, the isolation of being at home was sometimes a bit rotten, you know, and now that we've formed the group and we see each other and the children are more happy with each other and they play, and I think it's done me, anyway, a world of good.
And what sort of activities do you like being involved in?
Well, we've got a play school on a Thursday for the children, and then so that the mothers don't feel isolated, we have evenings out for them. And generally just socially, involve the mothers and the fathers and all the children.
A new venture we're hoping to start very soon is our emergency mums service. This is going to be a 24-hour telephone service for any mum who feels she needs help. We've been very lucky to have found Betty Marquis to man our telephone for us. She's been a very active lady during the past, but through illness she's been confined to her home.
Well, we're hoping that the mums who are in trouble will be able to ring me, and I in turn will be able to ring out to someone who has promised to look after 1 or 2 children for a matter of hours or days, and then they in turn will be able to pick up these children whilst the mum is taking care of whatever her emergency is.
And your involvement, what do you hope it'll do for yourself?
Bring me in contact with people and to have somebody to talk to. In this area, I don't see anyone hardly at all day long, and having in the past always had plenty to do with people, it'd be lovely to have someone to talk to and try and help them if they are in need of help.
And what's it meant to you personally?
It's meant having someone to talk to of my own age who's going through exactly the same things as me, and who knows what it feels like when you want to throw the baby out of the window at night at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know. The first time someone said to me, "Don't you feel like throwing that child out the window?" I was astonished because, you know, you never admit it to anybody else. But actually being able to say yes and finding out that someone else feels like that because you think you're the only one with a baby in the world that cries and feeds every 2 hours and that kind of thing, you know. And putting you just generally getting involved with other young mothers.
Now we've seen what Network can do, what do you feel that other people can learn from your experiences?
From experiences, well, they can learn how happy you can become, by doing just this, from being so lonely and miserable and being at home and being broody and being so happy and having all this fun and so many friends for your children to play with, which I think is very important.